It's time to carouse this morning with one amazing lady from Tampa. Now, if you love to explore, you love to learn, try new things, and step out of your comfort zone, you will love carousing and you will love Karena. She is my guest this morning and the founder of carousing.com, an online lifestyle magazine reporting on travel, beauty, wellness, spirituality, and more. Karena, it is such a pleasure to have you back on the show. I love having you on. I love the topics that we always chat about. The last time you were on, Karena, we talked about the magic in finding your purpose, how we can kind of all be rock stars no matter what age we are. And today we're going to focus on being more lovable. So Karena, what are some tips that can help us all become more lovable?
Jenna, I love talking about love because I feel like love is the common denominator to everything. So it's really one of my favorite topics. So I think that being more lovable is really the key to any lasting relationship. So whether you're already in love or you're looking for love, being or becoming more lovable is really, really crucial. So I've come up with a few ways we can all practice and become more lovable. So the first one is fall in love with yourself first. So this means learning to love everything about yourself. Your faults, how old you are, your bulging belly, your curvy hips, your quirks, everything. And I think that when we all take too much time being mean to ourselves. So when we're alone in front of the mirror, really be nice to yourself and say some nice things about yourself. It's really important to fall in love with yourself first. And when you fall in love with yourself first, it exudes from your pores, and people find that very lovable. The second way that I found is that it's really important to nurture your self-esteem. Not your confidence so much, but your self-esteem. Confidence can go awry and we can all become a little overconfident, which I think makes us appear aloof or unapproachable to people. So if you nurture your self-esteem, I think that shows people that you hold yourself in high regard and that you honor yourself. So what are some ways we can nurture our self-esteem? They are spending time alone and enjoying doing what you're really good at, your God-given talent. So whether that's painting or singing or cooking or doing cartwheels, spend time alone doing what you love. Another tip to increasing your own self-esteem is to try new things. So people think, well, what if I fail? What if I'm not good at something new I try? Well, I think also it's important for your self-esteem to laugh at yourself. Learn to laugh at yourself, because when you show that warmth and vulnerability to somebody else, it really endears them to you. I mean, think about a dog that rolls over and shows you their belly, and they trust you enough to do that. I mean, who doesn't love that? And I also think that when you have really good self-esteem, you find life's disappointments a little less disappointing, and somebody's ability to put all that into perspective really endears you to people. They want to be around that. They find that encouraging and lovable. So that's a huge one. A third way would be to master the art of forgiveness. Now this is a huge one because it goes both ways. You really have to learn to ask for forgiveness. You make a mistake, apologize. Don't make up excuses for what you did, just apologize and own it. And also, I mean, you have a little rift with a friend or something, give it its time to breathe and then patch it up. Because harboring all that resentment ages you from the inside out. And that hardened spirit and heart you get from resenting people, nobody finds that lovable. Nobody. I would also say that a big one is want love, but not that much, right? You have to, I think that's the way with anything in the universe. You sort of put it out there. You say, I want this, but don't sit around pining for it. So if you're not in a relationship and you want a lover, a life partner, or even a baby, let's say, the worst thing you can do is sit around and pine for it and feel badly that you don't have it, because then you're operating from a place of scarcity instead of operating from a place of gratitude. So if you go out into the world and you come from a full heart and you let people feel that you're happy with what you have, that makes you more lovable. I think it's the same thing if you're in a relationship and what you're seeking is more intimacy from your partner. Maybe what you do is you give that partner more space, because when we have the space to become our own individual, in that I think we can have more intimacy with somebody else. So that alone could make you more lovable.
Oh, wonderful tips, Karena. And I think it's so true that if we want love so much, we might be a little desperate, and then you could almost fall into bad situations because you're coming from that place of needing something to happen right now.
Yes. And when you do that, again, I just think it shows. It exudes from you when you feel desperate. And the other thing that I've noticed in different parts of my life when I felt like I was missing things, when you operate from that place, you tend to make poor decisions because you think, I'm in a hurry, I need it and I need it now. Well, doing that, you tend not to make the best life decisions, right? Instead of just sort of being calm and patient with it, which we've discussed many times is so difficult,
It's
right?
so hard to be patient sometimes.
Right. But it's really the key, I think, to mastering your own individuality and your own heart and exuding that lovability to people.
Now, Karena, these are all wonderful ways. What if we fail at some of these ways? What if they don't come as easy to us as they should?
I agree that some of these really involve a lot of introspection and personal growth and patience with yourself. So yes, there's going to be times we all do it. We all stumble. We don't apologize when we should. We make mistakes. But again, I go back to a couple things. Learn to laugh at yourself. Think, I really tried, and I'm trying, and I'm going to keep trying. But wasn't that funny that I, sort of messed that up? I also think that encouraging other people and inspiring them with your love and your lovability. Plato once said, with the kiss of love, everyone becomes a poet. And I think that's so beautiful and so true. So while you may not be perfect at being lovable and you may not give everybody exactly what they need, it's easy to go through life and compliment people and inspire people to their own greatness and to encourage them to be creative and to be loving. And I think that's a really easy way, is to just go out through your day shining that inner love that you have on other people. Stop and chat, really feel somebody's presence and ask them good questions. Take a knee and talk to a child or someone in a wheelchair and really, really feel somebody. And I think in doing that, feeling somebody's presence and understanding who they are, that's a really easy way to be more lovable.
I love it, Karena, I do. These tips will definitely, I think, help us all to become more lovable. And something that our viewers can do right now is go back to what you said earlier. Say 3 nice things about yourself.
Yes.
That can really make a difference in your day, right?
Right? It sure can. Start with yourself.
Absolutely. Karena, thank you again for being on the show. You'll have to come back again soon the next time you're in town and talk with us about another topic. Thank you.
Thanks, Jenna.
If you want to learn more about Karena and carousing, be sure to go to carousing.com.